What are we doing messing with Afghan women? In Afghan going, what the f***ing hell is this bollocks? I might be oppressed, but I'm not mental.
Rory Stewart, your favourite, wasn't it? So it was in the news this week that his wife runs a company called, or a charity called Turquoise Mountain.
Yeah.
And it was getting $1 million a year or something from USAID, and Musk stopped it basically. And Rory Stewart was on his little crappy program whining about it basically. And the Turquoise Mountain, which is something to do with Afghan women,
Yeah.
basically makes some hand knitted rugs and all that shit. But the reality is, of course, these organisations, what the $1 million actually goes to be spent on is nice salaries for the people who are running the charity, first class, business class flights all over the world, fantastic receptions, champagne receptions in London, places or whatever. This is where this money is going, isn't it? It's not going for Afghan women in flipping the mountains of wherever it is.
What are we doing messing with Afghan women? Now, I don't know if this is true, but I read this about his wife's charity. There was a clip online a couple of years ago where the West was still running Afghanistan at the time, and they were looking at, there was a group of Afghan women, they were educating about gender and bollocks and this, and they brought in a male urinal.
I've heard about this.
And said to them, do you know what that is? These women are trying to guess what it was. They had no idea what it was. And so I had to explain, it's a urinal. It's for men to stand up and pee. And the reason why we brought this in is because this is now in the Louvre in Paris, because it's a work of art. And and you can see all these Afghan women going, in Afghan going, what the fucking hell is this bollocks? I might be oppressed, but I'm not fucking mental.
And that was Turquoise Mountain.
And from what I read,
it is, yeah.
That's what that was one of the programs they were running as well while we were running Afghanistan. All these things need to get out of other people's countries.
Yeah.
And the reason why we need to get out of those countries is because we don't understand those countries. And the best way to understand why we don't understand it, I've told you this before. There was a documentary on TV. There was a British army captain talking about his tour in Afghanistan. And every couple of months he went through this village in Helmand province, and he built him a well. And he went back a month later in his troop, and the well had been broken. So he fixed it, went back again, broke again, went back again, broke again. And he thought, Taliban are coming and breaking the well because we built it.
Yeah.
And as he was walking around the village, some woman went up to him. He had an interpreter. She started screaming at him in whatever language they speak. And his interpreter said, she's saying to you, stop fixing the well. Because every time you fix the well, we don't have to walk a mile to the river to collect water every day. That's the only time we get out of the house. Only time we can speak to our friends and we socialise. But when you fix the well, we go out for 30 seconds to get water, we're back in the house. Stop fixing the well. And that's what he said to the camera. And I realised then, we don't understand these people.
Yeah.
And we're messing with their lives because we think we're doing good.
Yeah.
We just need to leave these people alone to sort their own stuff out.
Yeah. But I think these organisations are not doing much for the Afghan women. Like I say, the main thing they're doing with all this money they're getting is they're just suppling at the teat, aren't they, for themselves? Having a great life.
It makes them feel better.
Yeah, it makes them feel better, but they're having a great life as well. They're flying business, staying in nice hotels in in Kabul or wherever it is. All that sort of stuff. That's what they're doing with our money. Well, in this case, America's money, but loads of our money goes into these organisations as well. So there's a whole other raft of people taking our money and pissing it away on enjoying themselves and having a great life.
Yeah. Thinking if we can get Afghan women making rugs and pissing in urinals, then they'll have a better life.
Did they actually want them to piss in the urinals?
No.
Oh.
But we're telling, some of those Afghan women may have been trans women. Who knows?